Welcome to the Monthly Expenditure Report review. We will go over who, what, where, when, and why the Monthly Expenditure Report is completed. Who completes the Monthly Expenditure Report, or MER? The Treasurer and second signatory are responsible for completing and signing the MER, as well as gathering supporting documents such as receipts, flyers, artwork, etc. to assist in the completion of the MER. The entire board is responsible for reviewing and approving the MER after the Treasurer has presented the report to the board. The Treasurer is responsible for turning in the completed documents within 10 days after the last meeting for the following month. For example, if you're turning in a monthly expenditure report for April, you will be approving the monthly expenditure report in May after all expenditures for that month have been completed. 10 days after the board meeting where the MER was approved, it should be provided to the department for review. Who reviews the monthly expenditure report? The department requires the report to ensure appropriate use of public funds. All documents must be completed within 10 days after the last meeting for the following month. Funding staff reviews and approves the MER shortly after receiving it. If staff has questions or concerns, we will contact you. What steps does the department take if there are concerns? If there is a questionable purchase, the department may take the following progressive steps. 1. Contact the Treasurer regarding the concerns. 2. Send a formal letter to the board. 3. Freeze funds until questions have been sufficiently addressed. Warning: if the department identifies a blatant misuse of funds, funds will be frozen preemptively to avoid further misuse of public funds. What is the Monthly Expenditure Report, or MER? This is page 1 and page 2 of the Monthly Expenditure Report. The report is an accounting log of expenditures for the prior month, as well as a statement to identify funding commitments and budget and cash balances. Common supporting documents included with the MER: original receipts, board vote count sheets, flyers for events, sign-in sheets, artwork for promotional materials, and bank statements. Please make sure all events co-sponsored by the Neighborhood Council have the NC logo on the event flyer showing their involvement. Where does the information go? This is the title section of the Monthly Expenditure Report. Indicate which month the expenditure report covers. Put the entirety of the Neighborhood Council's name. Do not use acronyms, as some neighborhood councils have similar acronyms that can be confusing for the department during review. Put the budget fiscal year the MER refers to. This can either be entered in as the fiscal year ending as shown, or in this case, could be written as 2013-2014 budget fiscal year. Expenditures for the month, the breakdown. Expenditures by line item. Explain what was purchased, as well as the date it was purchased, so that the department can reconcile the expenditure with your receipts. Budget category. Indicate what budget category the expenditure fell under: outreach, operations, elections, neighborhood purpose grant, or community improvement project. Put the legal name of the vendor as stated on the invoice or receipt. Out-of-state vendor, check the box provided if the vendor was out of state. Invoice number. All invoices should have an invoice number attached. Please indicate in the provided space. If you do not have an invoice for a particular expense due to it being an incidental purchase, please provide the transaction number provided on your receipt for reconciliation with your receipts. Under 1099 reportable, check in the provided box if the vendor was required to submit a 1099 form. Total is where you indicate the total amount for each and every line item. For instance, if you made an expenditure on the 4th and you also made an expenditure on the 6th for the same vendor, you want to dedicate separate lines for each period of expenditures. Outstanding checks. Pending demand warrants, auto deducts, or unexpended purchases with the department should be indicated here. It has the same breakdown as the expenditures. Cumulative expenditures. How much has been deducted from your NC's account prior to this current month within the current fiscal year? You can use both the check tracker and your previous P-card statements in order to satisfy this requirement. You can also use your previous checking account information or previous reports to get this information. Outstanding commitments. Do you have an outstanding contract or lease? Do you know how much you'll be paying for your yearly storage? Have you earmarked election spending? Do you have a budget set up for temp services? This is a way of separating outstanding commitments from the NC's budget so that an accurate picture of what can still be approved within the budget is provided. Totals for the Monthly Expenditure Report. The sum of your expenditures and your outstanding commitments or pending checks should go here. Has the department made any adjustments? The department will inform you if this has occurred. This is your total budget for the year. It should be the amount that you were given at the beginning of the fiscal year. How much of your total budget is left for the fiscal year? Cash status analysis for checking account use only. These are the budget categories that your neighborhood council will be using for the entirety of the fiscal year. This is how much is allocated for each category out of your fiscal year budget. How much has the department deposited into the NC's checking account for that month? How much has been spent from the accounted funds? How much is left in the account? Bear in mind, the circled portion is for department use only. The neighborhood council does not need to fill in this information. NC certification. The neighborhood council is certifying that the report is both complete and accurate. The treasurer should sign in the space provided. If the neighborhood council has any comments that it would like the department to consider, please indicate in the space provided. The signer also needs to sign this document. Since this is a board action, all of the fields provided and circled should be filled in. Why so much paperwork? The neighborhood council funds are public funds. They need to be reconciled in their entirety. All documents are subject to auditing, not only by the department, but by the city's controller's office. This type of reporting assists the neighborhood council in keeping track of how much they have spent and how much they have left in their budget to spend. The report offers transparency to stakeholders and the public. Responsibility and accountability are key to maintaining the integrity and effectiveness of the neighborhood council system. The treasurer and second signatory are an integral part of the neighborhood council team and help the neighborhood council continue to function, as well as make use of the funds provided by the department in order to empower their communities. Thank you for your hard work and service. Still have questions? If the treasurer or second signatory have any questions regarding how to complete the form or what documents are necessary, please contact the department at 213-978-1551 and we'd be happy to assist you. Thank you for attending.